So I got access to the beta of Nerveness to Everness. And here in this video, you will know if this new gacha game is really worth your time. I will tell you what's good and bad in the game, and why you should give it a chance when it gets released. Everything I say now was based on my experience in the beta version that they let us play some weeks ago. And the things I will say about the game can change when the game gets released. The official release will be in the 29th of April of this year. So first of all, just to introduce the game intentions, there is no 50/50ths in this game. You will never get a character that you not want. You're going to pull for a character and always get the one you pulled for. So just to organize this video and be easier for me to explain everything for you, I will divide this video. In this way, that is what I believe being the important things to make this game go well. First, let's talk about the in-game content. I will say every single thing that you can do in this game and say what's good about each thing in a very short way. And then after that, I will explain the functionality, problems and bugs about each thing I said before. Wishing system, like I said, you will always get the character you're pulling for, and you get rewards for a certain amount of pulls you do. And there is some chances of getting more wishes while wishing. Like you roll the dice one time and get 5 dices, or get 1 dice. So it basically makes it easier to increase the amount of pulls you do and get closer to pity and closer to the extra rewards. Also, the weapon wishing is the same. There is no 50/50ths. And let's make some math just to see how often you get S character. I got C4 of this character, which means I got this character 5 times. If we count the pity system, it would take exactly 450 wishes to reach that amount. It's kind of a lot, but it took me 365 wishes to get 5 copies of her. In this page, you can see how many times you wished. Each page have 5 wishes info. So let's do 5 multiplied by 73 equal to 365 wishes I did in total. Now we can divide that number for the amount of times we got the character. So 365 divided by 5 equal to 73. So the usual amount of wishes it takes me to get a character was 73. It can be different for each person, but it's around that 70 to 90. You're not always going to hit 90 pity. There is an average amount that is usually around 70. Also, the weapon wishing is the same. There is no 50/50ths after a certain amount of pulls. You get an S weapon that is random, but if that's not your weapon, after more 20 wishes, you get your weapon. Pretty simple. By the way, you can get some random S star weapons by defeating bosses. Characters, you can literally pick up the constellation you want after getting a copy of the character. You can choose between the 6 different constellations, active or disable it at any time, or even switch between them, and every single copy of the character get different effects. There is no like increased skill level by 3 or something like that. So they are actually relevant. You can summon your character anytime you want to interact with them. Hold hands, hug, dance, and many other things. You can find those characters around the world randomly doing their stuff, inside stores, in the streets, like this, living their lives. They have different skins that you can buy with the money in game, and some to buy with real money. You can invite almost any character to be in the car with you while you drive. Driving, you can drive cars and bikes around all the city. You can buy them, modify, and there are races events that you can compete. There is even online races if you want to race against other people's or your friends. Also, you can call your vehicle at any time if you are on the street, and it will be teleported near you to use. Artifacts farm. Those little Tetris pieces are the artifacts, and they all give attack and HP. So you won't be grinding forever to get the right status, because they're all basically the same, and those little stats, they do not increase when you upgrade it. So it means they're not extremely relevant. And you don't need luck to roll in the right substats. You just need one piece with the right stats, and to active the full stats of it, you just need to fit the treatise inside this place. The format, it says, it doesn't matter the rarity or level or anything, it just need to be the right format. And how do you get this Tetris pieces? You can get it automatically with those coins. You get for farming the little circle here, and to farm that is just like farming any other thing. This saves so much time, it's so much simple, it's so relieving to see the system, and you can even auto-equip stuff if you're somehow confused. Movement. You can literally double jump. Your stamina is practically infinite. You can stay like 2 minutes trying to reach the top of a building and your stamina will not end. While playing this beta, not even one time I run out of stamina. That's like, finally, I can actually explore the map without worrying about a stupid stamina bar. You can climb anything, even if there is something blocking you to climb. The character makes a little parkour and climbs it. Also, you have first person. You can activate in the settings, or when you enter a vehicle, there is an option for switching between first and third person. Tycoon, you can buy houses, decorate it in any way you want, and even put some objects that have some effects in the game, like increasing crit damage, attack, getting money, and many more things. You can invite your characters to your house, and you have many exclusive home interactions inside the house that makes the game much more immersive.
You and me. Let's do this.
You can buy cough shops that earns your money passively. Also, you can decorate them a little. Mini games, there's a lot of mini games. So I will just say it fast. You can race, rob a bank, make delivery, make food for costumers, go taxi, fishing, mahjong, Tetris game, rhythm game. All of those you will get rewarded, and you can play online some of them. There's very different types, so it can please all types of players. Skip button. There is a skip button in case you don't like the story talking about that. I didn't mention about the story. Well, I don't think it's very relevant in this video. But the story is nice, very fun, and the characters doesn't sound like dumb robots talking and saying unnecessary words. To make dialogues longer, it's pretty comfortable to see the main story. The side quests, I kind of got a little bored sometimes, but not all of them. Also, I like the fact that you don't have to click to reply a lot of times. Like that dumb option that will change in nothing the reaction of the characters. But they still make us click answer for no reason. World warp and interaction. There are no statues to upgrade. There is some crows in every city, at some high places that you collect them. And you can kind of use them to upgrade levels in a specific house for some rewards. Also, there are some elite enemies and bosses that for finding them the first time you need to do a specific thing that is written in the description of the boss. It's not all of them, but that makes it more fun. Like you can only find this boss the first time if you're driving fast at night in a specific place. It's not obvious like that always, but you will understand once you read it. And that's pretty much everything. There is more stuff that I didn't talk about, but I'm just trying to get the main stuff that I remember. Now we got to the functionality. All of that sounds amazing and perfect, but there are some little problems about some of those things. Not everything, but some of those stuff just needs some polishing to be amazing. First of all is performance. The game runs extremely bad on mobile. I don't know about other platforms since I only played on mobile. My phone is a Poco F6, and just to you know how strong my phone. Here's a few clips of my phone running GTA 5, Elden Ring, and Batman. They all running in an app that emulates a PC, so it's not cloud gaming or anything that uses internet at all. And I only show you that so you can know that the performance issues I had with this game was not my phone's fault. The problem I had most was stuttering. No matter what quality I set, it always gets some stuttering, and that is extremely annoying while playing. The game just freezes for like 0.5 seconds or so, and then comes back. And no, that's not the ping fault. I used to play Genshin at 120 milliseconds for years, and I never had this issue, even with all graphics and max and 60 FPS. They clearly need to do some optimization in it. And I think they are in the right way because my phone gets hot while I play. Not too much hot. It's a okay temperature, and that's a good thing. It means they know how to make the phone use. It's power, but needs some adjust. It's very annoying to play like that. It makes driving nearly impossible. Draw distance, that probably only happens on mobile, but the draw distance, even with all setting at maximum graphics, it stays like 3 meters from where you're standing. You can walk and see the floor right next to you changing texture because the draw distance is extremely low. I get that using low graphics for things that are far, but everything around you changing texture around 3 meters from you, even at max graphic, is extremely weird. It kind of breaks the immersion. And some NPC randomly have very low frames in their animations, like this one running after me after I hit him. Or even this little lizard that if you pay attention, you will notice that his movements kind of skips. I think that's some kind of a bug. It makes the animation not smooth at all. And the worse, the NPC inside building just disappear if you're not at least 10 centimeters away from them. Like they just all aren't loading. And that happens nearly inside. Every place that is not a store, even if the draw distance is the highest possible, everyone just disappears. Rain, the rain is only following the character, and that's a good way of making the game run more smoothly. Like only making rain in a circle around your character. But the way they did this, you can see that the rain is just around you. It's not smooth at all. Mainly when you enter a building and there is windows, you can see through the windows that the rain is not falling. Just when you get closer to the door, you can see the rain. You can make the rain like this, but make it look more immersive, like in the Need for Speed games. The rain only falls around you, and you don't even notice that. And it's not because you're racing. Even if you stop your car and look, you will think that is raining everywhere, so just try working a little more on that. Weather and lighting. The weather is extremely broken. When you enter somewhere, the weather changes extremely, even if it's just a random store. Sometimes it changes from day to night, or suddenly as a sunset appears, and that happens even in some areas where you are walking. And suddenly it gets night even though the clock is still day. And that's not like an atmosphere of a special scenario or something. It happens at random places, and in almost every single store you enter. It's extremely weird. Also, it is kind of sad that when we are doing a mission, we can't change the hour most of the time. Like most quests have a specific time happen, and the time will change to what the quest needs. It would be nice to do the quest at any time that already is, or even change the time when you track a quest. Because I don't know why, but you can't change the time if you track a quest. Camera bump. Whenever you kind of goes down some objects or something you can stand in. When you go down, you can see that the camera speed is too abrupt, like it goes down not smooth. You can see the difference between it going up smoothly, and when you go down, it kind of just falls the fastest it can. Probably a little bug of camera speed when the character is climbing down on objects. Bugs. Now I will list a series of bugs that happened to me. I won't comment much, I will just say them. First, if you hold the hand of one character and try interacting with other characters, some weird interactions will happen. When you're drinking inside this place, you character can suddenly turn into that thing there. Controllers. Sometimes the controllers of the vehicle can stay both at the screen at the same time, only one of them working, but both are here. There's this weird square that appears in the right edge of the screen for some reason, and if I turn my screen to the other side, the square still appears on the right. Glider bug, you can keep spamming the glider button to kind of fall like this very strangely.
What's that smell? It smells amazing.
There's also a bug that makes the camera stay locked at one position that is kind of awkward. I don't know what made that occurred. I just remembered it happened after I complete a battle. Bad things and things to improve. Now I will talk about some stuff that are bad in this game and stuff to improve. First of all, being the energy. Oh my god, 35 hours to refill it. It doesn't even make sense. Yet you play this game every day. You're never going to see that thing full. I get that they want us not spend too much time playing, but if we want to play more, we are definitely going to play. If we can't use energy, we're going to explore, do missions, mini games, anything. So there's no excuse for making it that long to refill. And it's like the amount you spend in each farming thing is either 40 or 80. So it means you do that place to farm your XP, coins, or the artifacts thingy 4 times, and it's over. You're going to wait 35 hours again. So you can do that just more 4 times, spending 80 each, and it's over again. I don't know why they made such a decision to put it so slow. I get it that they want us to play some mini games and other stuff, but we are not going to stop playing the game because we have more energy. It's totally the opposite. We're going to need to grind a little to get what we want. Just let us play. It's not we are going to stay like 5 hours farming nonstop. That amount of energy, it's like 5 minutes, and then it's all gone. I think it should be max 10 hours for all of it, refill. It's terrible that we have to wait 35 hours to spend it all in 5 minutes. In my opinion, that energy thingy should be removed along with that weekly boss reward. There's a boss. And if you kill it 3 times and get rewards, you have to wait 1 week to get the rewards again. So if you're upgrading your character and you run out of the upgrade material, you will have to wait 1 week for upgrading that character. It makes no sense for me. I know it's how Genshin and other gacha does, but I think that's a thing we need to change. Let us upgrade our characters. Let us farm the stuff we want. In my opinion, you could remove the energy thing, but I know they are not going to do that. But at least reduce the time to it refill. 35 hours is diabolical. Running is kind of slow. I know the point is to use a car or that small bike that you can summon anywhere. But sometimes you need to run, and it looks like you're running with stones in your knee. I know it sounds like I'm being picky, but trust me, it is kind of annoying sometimes when you just run around. They could be like, after you run for 3 seconds, the speed is increased, so it won't mess with the feeling of running very small distances. Clothes. One thing that I didn't like in the gacha is that if you the 200 pulls, you get the special clothes of the character, but after that, if you somehow get lucky and get the clothes while you're pulling, you basically gain nothing. Like, I did 200 pulls, got the clothes as a reward for the pulls, and then I got the clothes again. But in the pull, I got extremely lucky, but I already had the outfit, so I got nothing. Maybe they could remove the outfit. If you already got it, because it makes no sense getting it again, it changes nothing. Stores, there is way too many stores. And don't get me wrong, I like going to each store, see what they sell and all, but look at this, that's just visual pollution. It's way too many icons on the map, and I know it only appears if you zoom the map, but still, it doesn't need too many. You know, put one store to sell another items, 2 that are kind of related. I don't know, but that's way too many and way too close to each other. Map and UI. I will talk more detailed about it. But for now, I will say, you can't choose the map to rotate while you walk. And you can't change anything about the UI, nothing. Not even the size of the buttons, their position, nothing. Not even on controller, you can change what each button do. Also, when you use the cursor to slide around the map, it kind of gets stuck where you pass by without you having to click on it. And that's kind of annoying. I accidentally let my cursor slide on top of icon, and it gets stuck in that icon. And I have to press B to unselect that icon. Driving, when you drive, is always the main character, and that's kind of weird. I wish I could use my character to drive my bike. Also, about bike, the character that is with you in the car. Do not join you in the bike. Even though in a mission, there is 2 characters in the bike, and you drive the bike. In driving games, the camera is not too high and not too low, so you can see the road and also what's in front of you. Sometimes the camera is too low here. And the problem is that you can't change the type of camera. Usually race games have 4 types of camera: low near, low far, first person, and the up view camera. And we needed that up view camera here because the roads are small and that's okay, but we can't have a good view of what's in front of us, so we have to move the camera. And that's another point. When you adjust the camera to a certain angle, it goes back to the default angle, and that's normal in all race games. So your camera doesn't stay in a weird position, but here in this game, the camera takes some seconds before going back to the original position. Also, if you hold the camera button in any direction, the camera will keep going. It will not stop at that angle you want. You have to let go of the button to stop the camera. And then it goes back to the original position after some seconds, and no racing game have the camera like that because it makes driving more annoying. For making it like a racing game, the camera needs to immediately goes back to the original position once you stop pressing the right analog. And when you move it a little to the way you want to look, it needs to stop the camera in the exact place you stopped moving the right analog and not make the camera keep moving while you're not moving the right analog. And after letting it go, the camera goes back to normal. I will make it more simple showing it now. Enemies at T Street, the enemies at Streets, and in the farming places are extremely weak, like very, very weak. We'll talk more about that in a sec, but it's like one skill and they all dead. Tree Friendship takes forever to max. You need way too many points to max the friendship. It's like absurd amount of points you need. And it's like the friendship event, you get like 50 points for completing it. And you need like 3,000 to increase one level. And keeps getting higher. You have to gift the right gifts to max it faster, but even so, the amount you need is way too high. Maybe they're trying to monetize it by selling this item that you can buy to make it faster, but that's kind of a bad choice because it's like you rather increase your character friendships or have enough to pull characters and weapons. It's kind of dumb. Driving buttons, the driving buttons are terrible, both of them, the wheel and the arrows. Let me ask you, when you're playing a driving game, do you use the arrows of your controller or do you use a wheel that simulates the driving? Neither of them. Use the damn analog. And that doesn't change for the screen. Just use the same one you have when you're outside the car for driving too. The wheel is weird. You have to spin your finger in the screen, and the arrows are not precise at all. You can't slightly turn to left or slightly turn to the right. With the arrows, you can only do that with the wheel. But instead of turning left or right, you have to spin the wheel, and that's good if you have an actual wheel to use your both hands physically for that. But having to do that with one finger and in a screen is terrible, painful. Just put the default analog and not make the dead zone too much, so you can turn slightly to each side and actually control the vehicle when playing with your fingers in the screen. You can only hear music on the car. I like the music of this game, and when you're driving it plays some very nice songs. I just wish I could hear it while I play. You know, just like in Watch Dogs, you just pick up your phone and put some music to play at any time you want. It would be nice. I don't know if this is because it's a beta or it will be like that. When you change some physical thing in your car, nothing changed at all, just the performance. You have barely any visual changes in the options. It just feels like the same car but faster. And the bike is even worse, you can only change the color of it. But I will talk more detail about it in a moment. The messages are boring, the message system are very boring for me, especially when it's a lot of text, because you're not actually texting anything. You just see your character messaging the other character, they're replying each other. You can pick some answers, but it barely changed anything. Anyway, I really don't like it. But it's not just in this game. In most games, it all is like that. And I only like it when it's some few messages and they have some funny interaction, and believe they should put less of that in the game, or make the characters call you, talk what they want to talk, but with voice, just like in GTA, and you can skip the talk by pressing the hang up button. It makes this whole thing less boring. The music minigame, that minigame feels kind of dead. You know, there's barely any background while you're playing. The characters that are playing with you feel like they aren't playing at all. It's all kind of empty. One good thing is if that minigame warp us to a stadium and we play in front of a crowd and have some animations and all based on our performance, like a real show. The way it is now is pretty dead. I think they could get some inspiration from the Hatsu and Miku games, you know, the Project Diva ones. Last bad things is like, weigh the discount here in the Lost Exchange. We know there is no discount at all. The price is always that one. It's just like Genshin, they have the discount in the exchange for wishes. But the price is always the same. There is not reason to put that, you know, just let the price there. It's not like anyone is going to buy or not buy because it's on discount. With all that said, I believe that all of those problems can be solved very easily if they decide to listen to the community. This game have a really great potential in my opinion. I played many gacha games, and I felt frustrating playing every single one of them for many different reasons. And this game does not make me frustrated at all. It doesn't make me feel like I wasted my time playing it, you know. Now, to balance it before talking about it, I really hope this game doesn't turn out like the other. For example, Genshin, where you need the new character, or you will have a hard time playing the game. Like after Region of Sumero, they started introducing new mechanics to characters, and that was nice. The actual problem is that characters that are not from those new regions will struggle to defeat those new enemies who have a mechanic that only new characters can active. And that happened again in the new region. The new characters are not exactly stronger, but their mechanics with those new enemies make it easier for them and nearly impossible for old characters to keep up. So I hope that happens in the future with this game. Another thing that's pretty annoying, but I experienced more in Honkai Star Rail, is constellations and weapons. Making the characters dependent in constellations are such a dirty move. Getting a copy of the character or their weapon should make them stronger, and not playable if you need 2 copies of the same character to him to work. You're clearly not playing fair with the people who got this character. If you want to sell more of the character, put some extra rewards like this game is doing. Skins, gliders, car skins, like do some actual effort instead of forcing people to get more copies of it to make the character playable. And with that said, I hope they balance it all well, make some adjustments in the future if needed, like adding something new to an old character that is performing very bad and stuff like that. And about the bosses, they are pretty fun to battle, pretty fair, not too strong, not too weak in my opinion. But the open world enemies, oh my god, they are extremely weak. Like one skill of my support character, and they all die. Even the places to farm stuff, like experience, money, or the Tetris pieces, they're extremely weak. And it's not like I have an OP build, it's just average. I get that they can't be too strong because you're going to fight them many times. But come on, just one skill and they're all dead, please no. Now to the monetization, let's be honest, they need you to spend money on the game in somewhere or they won't have profit out of it. And the game will stop existing. The thing is, how they are going to make you want to spend money. And I believe they are going in the right way with exclusivity. You can spend your money on skins for the characters. You can buy more dices to get more copies of the characters and get exclusive gliders, skins and car skins, and that's the move. Only make it available, trough money. Or if you have enough wishes saved. But that's good because you're not losing anything by not having a skin. A different glider or car skin is pure cosmetic, and that's awesome. In my opinion, they should put even more skins and stuff for the more dices you use to get the characters, but of course just cosmetics. And also make them banner exclusive. Like, you can't buy the skin, you need to get it after a certain amount of wishes, and when the banner finishes, you can only get that when the banner comes back, and the exclusivity of not everyone will have it is what makes you want to pay. And don't get me wrong, I know this sounds kind of evil, but it's not bad if they are just cosmetics, just skins. And I like that they made that you can buy some skins with money directly, and some you can buy without spending real money, and that's amazing. They're kind of expensive, but you don't have to spend real money to buy it, and don't need to waste your dices too. Just the normal currency of the game that we get like 1 million after completing submissions. And that's very balanced. The no spenders get skins for free, and the spenders get exclusive skins. It's perfect for all types of players, and you even have a low chance of getting the banner skin without completing the amount of wishes, but it's kind of rare. And with all that said, I really loved playing this beta. This game is amazing. I really hope they don't mess it up. Really love this game. Just wanted to take this final part of the video to give some suggestions. Maybe they are not very good, but it's just my opinion. The energy problem is really a thing. 32 hours is way too much time to refill it. Try considering put it to 10 hours. I personally would remove that totally, and just let us farm as much as we want, but I know they won't do this. Next thing is, the car skin we get is just for one car. I mean, come on, make it to every car you have. I mean, getting a skin for the car and only being able to use in a single car is sad, and even more, if that's not the car you like to use, also would be very nice to dash while in the air, like jump dash or double jump. And dash, it would feel like playing Nier Automata. It would make things more smooth. Also, the UI needs to be more customization. Let us move every single button to where we want. Let us feel comfortable playing the way we like. Also the controller buttons. It would be also nice to make it a little easier to get bomb points with the characters. It's a lot of points we need, and completing a friendship event only gives like 50 points, and we need like 4,000 points. Haha, it's kind of disappointing. Something that kind of disappointed me is the lack of customization for bikes, and also more visible changes in the cars when customizing it. Go wild, make like a race game, and let us customize everything in the car. If you need some ideas about it, take as example Need for Speed, Most Wanted 2005. One thing that bothers me is that when I get inside a car or bike, it switches to the main character. I get it that it's hard to make every character fits well in every single vehicle in the game, but it's just so weird to be playing with a character, and suddenly he is not there, only the MC. Even more weird if you're not using the MC in your team. Would be nice to let the characters ride the bike with us, not only the cars. One more thing is that petting animals is a little weird, like the hand flying there and move where we touch, but it feels a little soulless, like I'm not really petting the animal. Maybe it's just me, but I didn't like it much. Maybe also reduce the hard pity to 80% instead of 90. I know it's pretty fair since there is no 50-50th, but being 90 sounds a little high. I know max times you get the character before reaching 90, but still. Or maybe the pity be 80 if you don't have a character, and if you want more copies of it, the pity goes to 90 always, just an idea. Also, maybe make an item that localize little events that are in the map. The ones with square, I don't know if there is something like that already in the game that lets you localize them, but it would be nice. The running is kind of slow. I think it would be good increasing the speed of running a little. For final, not make the weather locked while tracking a quest. Let the hours of the day flow even in missions. That's all. Thank you for your time to seeing this video.